So they're boyfriend and girlfriend, their wife, husband, wife.
Yeah, and
Husband,
he's
wife?
like, yeah, he's husband wife, and he's
Island
like,
vacation?
no, no. First off,
Okay.
New York or like California moved to mountains, and their boyfriend
Mountain
girlfriend.
vacation.
She actually proposes to him. I think the whole thing's supposed
Mhm.
to be portrayed that like Dave Franco is like depressed and codependent on her, and then they have to spend the night out in some like park because they get lost. They fall into this thing. It used to be an old church, and there's like a well that looks like a butthole. They drink water out of the butthole, and then from that movie on,
That'll do it.
they're trying to combine. Basically, it leads all the way up. Like they do some crazy stuff, and they work their way out of it with some pain
Can I
or
ask
muscle relaxes.
a question?
Yeah,
What does that part mean? They
yeah, I know.
try to combine.
So it's not like they try to combine. It's
Like a
the
meld,
what
like two clay faces getting
they're
mushed,
melding in. You don't really know the whole time
melt
what's
together.
happening, but it seems like that their two bodies are now about to become one. But like the whole time, it's leading
But
up to
not sexy.
no, not sexy at
Kind of
all.
sexy.
Not sexy at all.
Some people find sexy.
Maybe. I mean, there's a sex
Some people
scene,
find sex. Ooh, sexy.
but
So
the
they get
point
stuck
is,
together
yeah, they do get
in a
stuck together.
missionary situation.
It's in a bathroom, yeah, like standing missionary.
Nice.
Um,
Again, I don't think that's the missionaries. It's too exciting for the missionaries. But
I
continue.
think what the point is that the whole movie eventually it's revealed that that used to be like some weird Satanist church, and then like the guy that is a teacher there is like the husband of two guys that have melded together, and he explains it to him, and then they almost die, but then they just decide to do it anyways, and then they become one new person in the end. And here's my thing, like
Who plays the new person?
someone totally random and
So
new.
just like just this, these two actors come together and it's just like a guy. Is
Yeah,
it a dude or a chick?
it's like a dude and a chick. I can't explain it. It's like very
Like this, I don't want like this
ambiguous.
woke bullshit, frankly.
My
But
thing is, there's no reason. Like, if you're gonna have that whole part, I thought it was very interesting how it all, like the horror aspect of it.
I
I thought
think
that
it
was
should have
good.
ended
I
that they
thought it
just
like
like got sick from the butthole water.
I think that would have been a better ending than like explaining to me it's a church about melding together. That it kind of gives off the vibe. It's like, oh, it's a satanic cult thing, and you're like, but like, why would anyone do this? Doesn't no? Oh, they're doing it for love, and you're like, well, that kind of doesn't make sense. And like then they just ran off, and then this one guy's here after like they find like a video of him like changing. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like,
Yeah, there's a
if you're gonna show me a sci-fi aspect of something that is pertinent to the plot of a film, then go a little bit deeper in the details there. Like it does nothing for me as a viewer to just skim the surface. I'm like, I feel cheated. I feel like it was
yes.
cheap.
Well,
Yeah.
it's one of these. It's it's interesting that like I there's some sort of thing about explaining things. There's a wrong time to explain things in a movie, right? And this feels like one of these movies where like, oh, if it was going to be a weird church thing, you should have just like cold open of the movie is that weird thing happening in the church like 600 years ago or whatever, right? Just so that we
Yeah.
know, like in our brain, weird church things going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's like um people get I think people want to hold their little surprise because they're afraid of like exposition at the front of a movie or something like scaring an audience away or whatever. And so like but then at the end of the movie they're worried that like the audience won't get it, right?
Yeah.
By the time they're in the reshoots, they're like, okay, or the rewrites or whatever. Okay, we'll explain it all here at the end. But right, it's like one of those things where like you can't do Jaws and have it be a mystery that it's a shark, right? Like
Yeah.
that's not like like at a certain point you're it's the same problem that maybe they have making like adaptations of things, right? At a certain point, like what you imagine is just going to be better, right? It's like it's a prequel sequel kind of problem, right? Of like after you've watched something for like an hour and a half or whatever, and you're like, oh, what is it? What are the odds it's a satisfying answer, right? And probably writ large in media, not very good, right? Because like, unless you're putting like, I think like a good movie or something like that, like puts the right breadcrumbs in your way so you're ready to think the thing, right? But it sounds like you weren't thinking whatever weird church backstory when they're drinking the water, right? And like you need to kind of be thinking that or it won't make sense
Well,
to you at the end.
they show like two dogs drink out of the water and then like become like they use it as like, oh, it's a horror thing that happens. But then you find out, oh, it's actually this really good experience, but only if you two really love each other. And you're like, but also why?
Yeah,
Why would anyone
yeah.
do this? Is my
And
point.
also and it's also one of those things where it's like, well, isn't that automatically a more interesting movie? Like if the I know you'd have to tell me, but if the main characters are presented that kind of concept earlier and then there could be conflict about it, but it seems like it's more just a clean resolution to a movie that might not have had an ending
Yeah, I mean,
otherwise,
the whole
right?
time
Like
they were fighting. The whole time they were fighting, and I don't know. There was some weird trauma shit he was going through, and it just like
is it
it felt like they shouldn't be
reshoot,
together. I
reshoot.
don't know.
So
It's all over the place, and then he finally bangs her, and then, but that point, like his dick gets stuck in her, and
that's what I
like,
said probably happened. You really
yeah,
knew it didn't.
no, it did. But